Bonjour. Oh wow, it is like already 4 o'clock and this is the first time I'm chatting with you. I've just been working at my computer all day in this very spot, working on mostly Pinterest stuff and emails, and also just looking at my phone and rearranging things so that when I am in work mode, like on the iPhone, you can customize focuses so that certain home pages appear and certain home pages don't. So I just went through and made it so that I have a home page specifically for working hours that will disappear once it's 5 o'clock. So I think that'll be really good because I use this same device for personal and work life, and that could be a really great way to kind of separate it. So I had to do a little bit of that. Totally random and unrelated to that is I was taking my vitamins today. One of the vitamins I take is vitamin D. I know I have a full new can or bottle of vitamin D sitting somewhere in this apartment because I told myself, Caitlin, don't go buy another bottle of vitamin D because you have one at home. Well, don't you know I ran out today of vitamin D and went to go retrieve the bottle that I knew I had, and it wasn't in the spot that I remember it being in. And I've looked everywhere that I think it can be and it isn't there. So either I imagine this bottle in my brain and it doesn't exist, or it exists and it's just somewhere very obscure. But I probably will end up buying one and then find the bottle that I had told myself I had at a later date, probably within a few days of buying a new bottle. So that's a current struggle. Well, it's not really a struggle, but it's just a frustration. You know, like how can I not rely on my brain to tell me the truth? I cannot be an unreliable narrator. That's just not the vibe. I used to really not like this blazer, and for some reason, it's my favorite one right now in my closet. I don't know if it's really, or the camera is really doing it justice though. The workday is over though now, so I think I'm gonna put on some workout clothes, do a quick one before I take a shower and make dinner. In the at-home workout. I think there's so many great workouts you can get done at home, and I love not only the privacy aspect of it, but more so just the flexibility of it. I know some people really need to go to the gym to feel motivated and or even to have that social aspect. I think there's a lot of benefits to going to the gym, but the times when I did go to the gym in university, I used to work out at the athletic center. It was good and got you out of the house, but I do really like the flexibility because I work out at different times of the day these days. Time to do the thing, so I'm gonna go do that. Hardest part is figuring out what workout to do. I could do a classic. Also getting the Apple Watch going, because why work out if you can't track it? Took me out. I have a little bit of sweat happening here. Should I have anything happening here? It's honestly a shocker because I feel so gross. I can't tell if midday workouts are elite and the move or... Hold on, sorry, I gotta deal with this. Where did you go? I hate it when I lose them. I just don't understand where he went. As I was saying, I feel like afternoon workouts though are probably the best time of the day for me to do more high intensity stuff. I still have energy, but I'm not groggy like I am in the morning. And then at the end of the day is also a good time. Like at the end of the workday, that's also a sweet spot for working out for me. But there tends to be a little bit more distraction opportunity. Like I have to make dinner or I need to work late. I'm now convinced the spider's on me. That is so terrifying that I don't know where he went to. For lunch, I'm having some of those leftover chickpeas, and also I'm just quickly heating up some of the leftover ravioli. Ravioli? Yeah, it was ravioli I had last night. Leftovers. We love them. I'm also very impressed because I just put on this gray t-shirt, which is not very impressive, but I had stained it a little bit over here. I had done like a few stains here, a few stains here, and I thought it was a goner. Did a little stain treatment on it with my Method stain remover, put some water on it, and she's gone. So I'm very impressed, and it didn't like bleach it or anything like that. I apologize if this camera angle has been a little wonky. You're balanced quite literally on my wallet. To kind of revive these chickpeas, I'm having them cold because they are good cold after they've been roasted. They actually make for a really great, like, is it crouton? Croton. Why is this still a dilemma I'm having in my life? Crouton substitute. But because I'm having them like this without even onions in them, which these are so good with a little bit of sauteed onions, and olive oil, I added a little bit of red pepper olive oil and some balsamic just to give it a little glaze of something. Otherwise, it's dry. It's dry. Funny gal I am. I do love a good balsamic moment. Oh, I'm gonna tell ya. I also in the next, oh, I should probably chew. Here's the deal. In addition to it being a busy work week, I also have a little bit of socializing happening during the weeknights, which is unusual. Usually I'm more of a weekend socializer. One of those events happens tomorrow night where I'm going to see Ali and AJ, which is so exciting. However, I have not listened to their latest album. So in the next 36 hours, I've got to become an Ali and AJ #1 fan. I gotta blast the set list, and hopefully these songs just become ingrained in my soul so that it's extra special tomorrow night. I'm excited nonetheless, and I have listened to their new music, but just not everything on this album, so I need to reacquaint myself. Also gonna be my first concert since 2020, early 2020. Been a while. I'm excited. I'm about to get reading Where the Crawdads Sing on my Kobo this time because I'm renting this book off of Libby, which is my favorite app for renting ebooks from the local library, which is the Toronto Public Library for me. It's great. I am reading this one because the movie comes out in the summer, I believe, and Daisy Edgar Jones stars in it, which she was in Normal People. I love that TV series and the book as well. So I just wanted to get with it and catch up before watching the movie, and I've heard incredible things. I'm about halfway into it. It's finally hooked me. The first 100 pages, I wasn't really vibing with it, and now I'm starting to get curious about where this is going. The sun is invading my shot here, but of course, the minute I started reading this one, which I only have a few days left of my return period. I started it a little bit late, but I need to finish it within the next few days. Pressure is on. But of course, with pressure being on, all of the books that I want to read have been released in the last 48 hours. Tessa Bailey has a new book out, My Killer Vacation. Ali Hazelwood has a new novella out. Megan Quinn has a new book out, So Not Meant to Be. There's a lot of stuff to get through, a lot of physical fiction books to get through too. I got too many books, too little time. It's the ultimate endless struggle for a book lover. It's in these moments where, like life, I have to remind myself to be present and be in the moment, because as I'm reading Where the Crawdads Sing and I'm enjoying it, I'm already thinking about like trying to get through it so that I can go to the next one. But I'm like, let me just absorb this, enjoy the moment. The other books are going to be there waiting for me. That being said, I am going to try and tackle a good chunk of it. I'm gonna go do some reading. I have since finished this book and can confirm that I really liked it. The first 100 pages were really slow for me. Second half definitely picked up. The last chapter was what really kind of sold it as, okay, I approve. Getting ready to go to the concert. I'm actually, well, technically getting ready to go to dinner before the concert. I'm bringing this leather jacket, which I think is perfect for the spring summer. It's from Abercrombie, but as you can see, it has holes, which kind of makes it impractical, some might say. But I actually think it's perfect, because if it's a little colder out, I wear a long sleeve because there's holes on the sleeves as well. And it's just the perfect amount of warmth. But if it's summer and you just need something to give you a little bit of something at night when I leave the venue, I think this will be good, because I think it's supposed to be about 18 degrees. I'll do one of these, but I'm gonna probably take this off to walk to dinner. But cute, right? Oh, receipts, no. I have Presto, ID, credit. Ooh, we should bring some cash. Some fun Canadian $20 bills. I don't even know if people are still taking cash. Where was I the other day? I was at like some sort of street festival, and a lot of people were only taking cash, which is unusual. Keys are gonna go in here. I think that's it. I ended up listening to the album quite a few times, so I think I'm going to be in a good spot for somewhat knowing the lyrics. This is one of the last, I feel like, big returns to normal that I have to do. Getting on a flight will be another one, but I used to do like music nights and shows a lot, especially in 2019. I feel like we really ramped up on that, and it's been a while, so this is exciting, but also a little bit like, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is great though. Anyways, let me get this off because it'll be too hot right now and we gotta go. Where are you going?
I'm just like back about.
Oh, it's
I am nothing if not professional. But
and he's like, no, I got you. Tripod is coming in. For the day. I just finished curling my hair, so I'm gonna wait a few more minutes before I claw through it and loosen it up a bit. It was a late night last night, a late start to the morning. I had to shower in the morning, which I never do because my hair takes forever to dry, so I had to wait for it to dry before to curl it. Long story short, I'm on coffee number 2 and only now kind of ready. Last night was so much fun though. I think I posted even on my stories that like I almost got emotional during the concert because it just felt good to be in that kind of atmosphere again. And as I was getting ready today and I was thinking back on the night too, it made me think about how awesome it is that like one of the greatest parts about living in a city like Toronto is just the access that you have to events at all times, all during the week, all hours. There's always something to do if you look for it, and that's just something that I haven't really been able to like actually capitalize on to its full potential for the past couple of years. So it's nice that I'm getting that back. And it also hit me that I had this moment where I thought, oh my goodness, my whole adult life so far has been spent living in Toronto. In September, it'll be 6 years I've been in this apartment, 7 years since I began living in the city in general. Like that's when I would have come to U of T and stayed at Woodsworth. It's just wild to me to think that so many formative years have been spent here in this city, and it's probably why I just like always have such a soft spot for it. On the note of reflecting, I feel like now would be a good time to just kind of like vent a little bit to you. I hope you don't mind about some struggles that I've been going through behind the scenes. I don't feel like I've really properly communicated it on the channel. I've been talking with people about kind of this, I guess, frustration that I have with feeling like I don't have time to think about this big picture planning because I get caught up with the day-to-day stuff, especially in regards to work, with the current video that I have to do or the current deadlines on deck. And I just constantly feel like I'm trying to chase having it all together, which I know logically is a bad thing to be chasing. So it's been helpful to just like kind of open up to people around me, family, friends. But again, ultimately, like I have to have those answers, and that feeling of knowing it's on you, which is a natural part of just being an adult and having responsibilities, it can just be a little overwhelming. And by a little, I mean like a lot overwhelming at times. I think I'm in a good period right now. This week has been good, but the past few weeks have just been really up and down emotionally, and feeling like I'm not creating the best videos, feeling like I'm not showing up in the best way to all of you on this channel and in other places, feeling like I'm not doing enough. And I know that that's my perfectionist A-type kid who always strived for high grades to feel like successful, and like I know that those are patterns that are creeping back in and not helpful patterns at all, because if I do take a step back, I know that there's a lot of things I do create that I am proud of, but they just get swept up with when you go down that rabbit hole of you see something that you're not happy with, you just like feed it, and let that have more weight than all of the good stuff. We just, I think as humans, have a habit for overemphasizing the negative, and I know I'm doing that in this situation with feeling like I don't have, oh, what's your 5-year plan for your channel or your brand, or what do you want to see, what do you envision? Like, I don't know all the exact puzzle pieces to that, and for some reason I'm just really getting frustrated that I don't, because I feel like I should. But it's a lot to figure out. I don't know, that's a lot of words to basically say that I always strive to create great content, and the best, I put myself to a high standard to create things that aren't a waste of your time. Not that I think I create bad content right now, but I think I could do better. And I don't think I'm always creating things that I feel like 100% about right now. So I need to figure that out, because I owe it to myself to create things that I'm like super pumped about, and then also to you to not like waste your time. This is the second vlog in a week that is going up, and I feel like I should be putting out something more meaningful to you, but this is kind of like what I have time for this week. So I'm doing a vlog, and I love vlogging, and I think it has a really important place on this channel, but I want to be creating those pieces of content too that are a little bit more well thought out and intentional. So I need some sort of perfect balance there, even though perfect balance doesn't exist, but I need something to change in that regard. So that's to say, I don't know the answer and how I'm gonna get there. I think I need to start journaling again a little bit more, because I've let that go. I need to meditate on some things. Like, I need to slow myself down in other ways if I can't find time in my schedule right now to slow down. I do have a trip coming up in the summer that may provide an opportunity to do that. At the end of the day, it always comes down to when I'm feeling this way, it's probably because I am not as organized as I could be. I'm sure if that made sense to any of you, but this is what's happening in my brain right now. Just complete nonsense. No idea how I'm always in a rush when I have to be somewhere at a certain time. I have to be at a restaurant for 7, it's 6:30. The Uber will probably take 12 minutes. I should be out of this apartment in 15. This is what I'm wearing. One of my favorite long sleeve black bodysuits from from Abercrombie. I'm gonna dress this up a little bit, aside from the fact that I'm doing gold jewelry, by whipping out, excuse you, whipping out these shoes right here. They're from Coach, the Coach outlet. Again, I'm also bringing the same jacket I had last night. Very versatile piece. I gotta switch out the Lululemon bag. This is not dinner wear, so I think this will do. It's not my favorite for this look. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have. I'd be going black, and I feel like too much black is not good either. I do really like this bag. Then I can just bring my regular wallet. I think that's my favorite move. Look, what are all these receipts in my bag right now? I'm playing a fun game with my period right now, where I'm wearing light pants, but technically my period can come any day, however, I have faith that it won't come tonight. So really banking on that. I don't think I've updated you guys to see even like where I'm going. It is my cousin's, my oldest cousin's 40th birthday party today. We're doing a little birthday dinner with some of my other cousins. Sorry, I'm gonna chew this and then spit it right out. I don't like chewing gum for long periods of time. It gives me a headache. As I was saying, so yes, we are going to Myth on King Street West. I've never been there before. I believe it's a Greek restaurant. And then we're gonna do karaoke on Yonge Street, which I have been to this private karaoke, like you book a room and you do private karaoke. So I have been there before, years ago. It was a lot of fun. And I think my cousin Pam is a big karaoke gal, so I think she's gonna like that. It is just wild to me though, that I have a cousin who is 40. Like, I remember my mom turning 40. And that's not to say like that's old. I don't mean that in a, oh my God, she's so old. I'm just like, us collectively as a generation, it just shows that we are moving into a different stage of life. She's got 3 kids, my cousin Nikki's got 1. It's crazy how like things evolve and change, and it's great though. I'm excited to see my ladies tonight. It's a girls' night. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Is my cousin Brandon coming? I have no idea. Also keep in mind, if you're watching this vlog the day it went live, this whole event is happening yesterday night. So tomorrow morning I'm going to be frantically editing. Well, instead of subjecting you to a lot of royalty-free music, I figured I'd do a little voiceover of the night because I think you're going to need some context. We started at Myth. We did cocktails. We ordered lots of food. This is a flaming cheese. It was very impressive, if I do say so myself. I love a good flame moment. Who doesn't? We ordered a lot of food. Those peppers that you're seeing my cousin cut into were probably my favorite thing that I had all night. It was a delicious spread of goodies.
Okay, act natural. Do something. Here.
My cousin Nikki, who's filming this clip, is also a YouTuber, and the fact that neither of us two professionals really caught on to the fact that I can't use the audio in any of these clips because of copyright music playing in the background is shocking. It's moments like these where I wonder, how do we do this for a living? Introduced my cousin Brandon to the beautifulness that is espresso martini. He loved it. Don't believe me though. Take it from him. There's a violinist at one point, and you have to picture her playing Love Me Like You Do by Ellie Goulding in violin form. It was very Bridgerton-esque. The fact that I can't also include the real audio from these clips in the karaoke bar is a huge win for you, my friends.
Oh, it does work. Yeah. Felt like it wasn't working.
We're singing into it.
Yeah, so I cannot emphasize enough that your ears are being protected by not being able to hear what is going down right now. I was quite literally screaming into the microphone whenever I had it. But you know what? No regrets, because look at the good vibes that we're having. Throughout the night, I found myself just thinking a few things. One, how amazing it is to have family that you just enjoy and love spending time with. I love these people. I'm not going to get emotional, but yeah, they're pretty great. Also, the fact that we were able to get out and have a night like this to celebrate Pammy was incredible, because we all live busy, different lives, and we were all also able to come without partners or kids or aunts and uncles. It was just the youngins, and that in itself felt really cool too, because I don't think that is very likely to happen many times in the future. So I'm soaking it in, I'm being present, and I'm really glad I got to document it. On that note, I'm going to stop speaking for like the next 48 hours. Thanks so much for being here, friends. I hope you have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whatever it is. Okay, I'm going to go now. Toodles.